All right, so we are back in Danganronpa, another Despair Academy. So we are going to start chapter 4 today. I finished the trial for chapter 3 a few days ago, and I've been itching to get back into the game because it's so good. I really am enjoying this game a lot, and yeah, I just want to keep on playing, even though I don't have the time to just sit and play all day long every day. I wish. But yeah, we're gonna get started on chapter 4. I really don't know what to expect at all. We're about halfway through this game. We have about half of the students left. Um, the last chapter was kind of crazy. I had suspected Uehara from the beginning of the trial. But I don't know, it was still kind of unexpected, like the way he reacted, and then the ending was a little bit weird because he kind of lost his mind, but then he was okay at the end. And they kind of did. I don't think they ever mentioned that he was lying about not knowing how to use a cell phone. Did they mention that in the trial? I can't remember. But yeah, I don't know what to expect. I'm gonna keep going, play the game. For the free time events, I think I'm gonna try to see if I can find any in English, because I was told that I could have seen Inori's free time events in the last chapter, but I unfortunately did not know that. And because they were translated, but I didn't know that. But yeah, you know what? Let's see. We're gonna see if some are translated. If they're not, I'll just skip through them. Hopefully, it can help me get some extra points, because I didn't get any mana coins in the last trial again because I kept dying. So yeah, we're gonna see what happens. Anyway, let's get into it. Despair is, in essence, like a plague. When a person begins to despair, the person next to them begins to despair, and then the person next to that one also begins to despair, and the person next to that one also begins to despair. It starts to grow exponentially, like a plague, right? No. Rather, it is worse than a plague. There's no way to cure it. No vaccine, no solution, because it's despair itself. What? Hope? Are you joking around? Despair cannot be cured with something like that. If something insignificant as hope cures despair, this situation right now, how would you describe this situation? Can you answer it? Hope is nothing more than a fragment of despair, because despair is hope. But you don't know that yet. What's going on? Is this Yuki? Is he despairing? I know that at the end of the last chapter, they all went into that secret room in this storage room, and they found that the jail, it was empty, and whoever was in it apparently was moved. I still don't know who that is. I'm scared. I'm growing very attached to these characters, and I don't want to see any of them die. Even Kinjo, who's like the ultimate cult leader, I don't want to see him die either. But I don't know, we're gonna see what happens. You don't feel worth talking anymore. I'm done. Let's stop this now. Get everything and make me despair. Ah! Oh, he's having a nightmare? Seems like I had a nightmare. I don't remember the contents of the dream well, but my whole body was full of cold sweat, and the blanket was on the ground. Damn it. Maybe it's because of having a nightmare, but the mood that wasn't good originally got even worse. The reason I'm not feeling well is, of course, because there was a class trial just yesterday. As of yesterday, Inori and Yamaguchi were killed by someone, and a class trial was held to discover the culprit. And, shockingly, the killer was Uehara, who I never imagined would commit murder. Uehara was the traitor, and was threatened by the lives of children of the church who were held hostage, and as a result, he was forced to commit murder. But despite Uehara's efforts, the children had already died a long time ago. Monokuma didn't keep his promise. Eventually, Uehara didn't know what purpose there was for killing two friends, and the man who suffered a terrible execution passed away. Yeah. I do think that there was some kind of a time skip, like from the initial, after their initial introductions and they all fainted. I think there was kind of a time skip there and some time had passed. Kind of like in the first game, you know? Damn it. It's obvious, but I haven't been feeling well since then. Naturally, it's because my friend was murdered after being deceived by Monokuma. He died without even receiving the minimum compensation for him. It would be weird to be fine with this situation. As it proves, it isn't just me who feels that way. Escape? You guys, did you really come down here hoping for a way out? Too bad. Sorry, but there's no such thing. I'm not dumb enough to leave a way out. There's no other way other than to kill, so give up on that idea. We, who saw that Monokuma stopped by accident, were able to descend to the secret stairs under the warehouse so as not to miss the opportunity we hardly ever obtain. The only thing inside was a dead end, a solitary jail cell. There was no way out. Even Monokuma was revived again and brought us even more despair. Soon after that, Kurokawa fell on her head. We had to support her and take her to the private dorms. We couldn't say anything else. Oh right, she looked like... When she saw that no one was in there, she looked extremely shocked. So I'm wondering why she was affected more than anyone else. I'm also wondering, this might be a huge stretch, so like, don't quote, like, but I'm wondering if they couldn't enter, right? But maybe she was able to talk to whoever's down there using echoes. That's a huge stretch. I don't know if that's the case, and like that might be why she was so startled when they weren't there. But yeah, I don't know. There's still so many questions, so little answers. I need the answers, and that's why we're playing the game. Because we don't feel to say anything else. Eventually, our relationships got worse when it got worse, but it wasn't getting better, and begging was the same and unchanged. There, even I, who vaguely thought that I would have to work hard with everyone, felt like I had reached a limit. Is there really... Can we get out of here alive? I don't know, Yuki. The secret staircase, which is the only hope, is actually nothing. The brutality Monokuma showed to Uehara was a feeling pushed us further. Who's at the door? Is it Akane? When I lay alone and thought with several negative thoughts even after waking up, the doorbell rang. Someone is calling. Who is it? Oh, Maeda? Did I wake you up? Can I talk to you for a minute? Oh, it's Akane. Come in. It's our only friend. Sweet Akane. I'm sorry for suddenly calling you. It seemed to be late for you, so I came to see you. I guess late as in like he didn't leave his room. Usually he leaves, but he didn't. And she was worried. Late for me? Yeah, did you oversleep? Everyone is already in the dining room. Hearing that, I looked at the clock in the private room. It's already past 7:30 now. It seems I didn't notice the morning announcement because of the nightmare. Sorry, it's no big deal. I'm just not in a good shape. Right. Will you come to the calling? If it's too hard, you can rest. I was called? Makako says she's going to rest in her room because she feels sick today. Maybe because of yesterday. Teruya and Haru said they would sleep more today too. It's the first time I've seen more than 1 or 2 people being absent so far. Unless it was an emergency situation, such as a murder. In the end, yesterday's revelation bothered everyone. It's alright. I'm okay, because I just overslept. I'll be there in a moment. Thank you for your concern. Right. Oh, she's so cute. I like Akane. She's sweet. Oh, no big deal. I'll be waiting in the dining room. I said it. I told Akane that, but somehow I don't feel motivated. Somewhere in my mind, I thought if I keep giving up everything, it'll just end right here. I feel like a weak heart trying to stand up. It's very interesting. Yuki as a protagonist is very interesting to me because so many times in the other games, the protagonist is always like, hope, 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 never give up hope, always keep going. But Yuki's kind of like, he's kind of giving into the despair a little bit, and I think that's really interesting. He smack himself? It's not the time to be weak. I have to force myself to do something. Akane also had a hard time to be happy, but even so, she tries to bring comfort to her friends. That's also Akane's own effort. I can't give up on myself and just say, I don't know. Let's go to the dining room. Alright, in we go. Is there anyone here? Hello? Oh, so it's just Akane and Satsuki? Hello. Yuki, you're here? Hello to you, Yuki! In the dining room, Akane and Iranami are having breakfast. There was a look of beauty in the room, but soon I realized a strange fact. Is this everyone? Is this everyone? What do you mean? It's almost time for breakfast. Are there only 3 of us? Looks like it. Yuki came late and I was having a date with Akane alone. Well, I mentioned it before. Everyone seems to be resting today. I'm not asking because it's obvious. He's yelling at her. Yuki, stop. At first, I've seen the dining room with more than 10 people. Yuki? I couldn't figure out why I said what I just told them. When I realized it, I was already screaming and I regretted it. Sorry for screaming at you. I don't mind. More than that, sit down. Come on, let's have a meal. He's not gonna sit next to Akane? I don't know myself why I screamed so suddenly. It's like my chest was throbbing. I felt an unbearable anxiety, and I was getting sick of it. Originally, there should be Kurokawa, Haru, and Teruya here, but including them, there would be only 6 people. Of course, there's also Kinjo and Makaru, who are acting alone. However, even considering that, it's 8 people. The numbers have been reduced to a single digit, and it put pressure even more on me than expected, and I couldn't stand it because I was anxious. Hey, I'm really sorry. I'm not angry at you guys. It's okay, because we understand it. We also... Akane couldn't finish her sentence. She quickly understood what I was saying. It's not just me. Everyone understands. The fact that there's only 8 people left. Is it because there are only 3 of us here? Or because of the anxious and awkward mood? Afterwards, there was no more talk, other than the sound of dishes in the dining room. We were silent. It's very quiet. Oh, maybe because there's 3 of us not here. Is that the case? Actually, there's 5 people, including Kinjo and Makaru. Is that so? I guess you're right. Again, stillness. Even Akane and Iranami, who are the ones who bring the brightest mood among us, are here, but I'm the only one who will listen to them. No matter how much we try to make the mood more noisy, the number of people is just not enough. I also tried to say something, but I couldn't think of anything to say, and I wasn't feeling motivated. Since yesterday, it seemed our situation was only getting worse and worse. Staying like this is something I hate. There's no go-buzzing to take my jokes. Would it be better to forcefully call them? Oh? Kinjo? What? Nothing. I just wondered what's wrong. What's going on is that I came here to eat. Kinjo said that and went to start eating silently. It may be tiring, but it looks like something seems wrong. Hey, Kinjo? What? What Uehara did... I mean... I don't want to put the name of a serial killer's name in my mouth. Listen, we've been through this since the last trial. He's not a serial killer, he only killed 2. We gotta kill 3 to be a serial killer, okay? Watch Criminal Minds, the first episode, you know that. So that's what you think. After hearing what Uehara told him yesterday, I wondered if his thoughts changed a little. If you have nothing else to say, then eat quietly. This is so awkward. Even though Kinjo came in, the mood did not change. No. Rather, an even more awkward atmosphere was forming. It's like representing us being driven to the edge of a cliff. Thank you for the food. Are you already done? Oh, that wasn't Kinjo, sorry, that was Yuki. Are you already done? Yes, I just don't have much appetite right now. Don't blame him. Hey, Kinjo! Kane? This dessert. Would you like to eat some? It's nice when you don't feel so good. Oh, she's so cute. I don't know how he's gonna react though, because she did stab Kizuna. Even it was self-defense, but she still did, and he was all like, "Oh no, I don't want to associate with criminals." Blah 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 blah. When his twisted sense of justice, I don't know. I can make you some. What's the catch? Eh? Do you even realize your position? You attempted a murder. You're an actual criminal with having a record of stabbing people. Did you think my thoughts changed because you couldn't talk for a few days? I told you. You're not off the hook. Now you're trying to be close to me? You disgust me. Kinjo, leave my girl Akane alone. Do I need to fight you? No, Akane. Kinjo, that's too much. I still treat you as a preliminary criminal, and I've decided to pay attention to whether you're going to become a killer or not. But it's better to keep away from you. This is the place where you don't know when your life will perish. In such a situation, if you are with such an ex-criminal, the day will come, sooner or later, when you will face the knife on the back of the head. I'm sorry. I know I've committed a crime. But even so, I have a duty to live. Ayame exchanged her life for mine. I can't just die in vain. Then go ahead and survive on your own. I don't have anything to say to a criminal keeps talking to me as if thinking we could be close friends. I'm doing this in order to survive together and escape, to avoid any more victims. I'm going to do the same for everyone here, so that everyone can see the real me and be motivated again. Even if one person is suffering, we will not be able to escape together. We have to cheer everyone up as much as possible and be able to get out of here. That's my duty for Ayame's sacrifice. You tell him. Akane is too strong after all. Unlike me, who tried to escape from reality by excusing for my lack of will with excuses such as decrease in the number of people and not feeling motivated, she was trying to move forward by doing what she could. If that's the case, don't show your face to me ever again. I feel motivated enough when I don't see you. No, I'll do whatever I can, Kinjo, until you forgive me for what I did. Whether or not that happens, I think you already know, but I'll let you in. I'll let you know this just in case. The 4th floor of the school is already open. If you want to get out of this horrendous place, then make some effort in your research. Oh, Kinjo. Akane, wouldn't it be better not to get involved with Kinjo? He's the kind of person that treats innocents as criminals. I don't believe that at all. I believe Kinjo will recognize our hearts someday. So what do you mean by that, Yuki? If you were the Yuki I know, you would rather try to get closer to Kinjo. She's right, because he's being all like... He's different, you know? It's a little different than he was at the beginning. But, you know, I guess being shunned by everyone and seeing everyone die so many times would do that to somebody. When I heard that, I was surprised. Akane was right. That would be the right attitude to get out of here. Was this because there's a side of me that hesitates about staying with Kinjo and everyone in my heart? My selfish side wanting to give up hope and give in to despair because I can't see any hope? Hey, Kinjo said what? Kinjo said the 4th floor was open, right? How about we investigate from there first? Oh, yes. Okay. But what about the others who are resting in their rooms right now? Wouldn't it be the time we do the investigation first and then again tomorrow? Okay. Let's do our own investigation and see each other at the dining room after a bit. We'll make a report on the investigation. Alright. Today, Yuki, you seem kind of weird. He does. He really does seem weird. Weird? I don't know why yet. It doesn't feel like you at all. She's right. In Akane's words, I couldn't say anything. She's right though, he's being different. Our number at the beginning was 15. And it descended to 8 in the blink of an eye. The secret stairway I thought was a clue to escape from here, in the end, was useless. But I didn't have the courage to even kill to get out of here. What did he just say? He doesn't have the courage to kill to get out of here? Why would he say that? I don't know, Yuki is a bit... He's very interesting because he's so... To me, he seems very morally gray kind of character. Like, I feel like he could shift and become the villain. Just looking at it from a writer's perspective, as someone who writes, like, I feel like he is the type of character who... He's an unreliable narrator in that you trust him at first and he seems like a good guy, but now he's starting to be a little bit different. And like, I get it, he's upset because of everything that happened, but he is acting really weird, like Akane was saying. And I don't know, I feel like he could flip Because he just said, like, he doesn't have the courage to kill to get out of here. As if it takes courage to do that. You know, it was a weird thing to say. I'm probably thinking way too much about it. And somehow, I don't think we'll find a different clue, even if the new 4th floor is open. The moment all hope was gone, I could no longer treat the others as usual. Akane is working hard like this, but a guy like me makes things hard just like that? I only just went and said, it wouldn't be better not to get involved with Kinjo. Damn it. Even if I understood it from my head, my heart didn't follow. Only constant anxiety remained in my soul. I tried desperately to ignore this and decided to devote myself to investigating the 4th floor. Alright, so let's go find the 4th floor. I'm still wary of Yuki. I think I will be this whole time. But I guess the only ones exploring are like Yuki, Satsuki, Akane, and Kinjo? Or Makaru, maybe. I haven't seen Makaru yet. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4. It's yellow. Yuki, isn't this floor a little weird? Weird? I looked around for a while, and besides the classrooms, bathroom, and school's office, there seems to be a director's office, a ballroom hall, and a teacher's office, but the classrooms and teacher's offices are all locked in the back. That's true. There were a few times when a new place that was locked up until now, even a newly opened place, but this is the first time that most of the floor has been locked up like this. That's why it all makes sense to look into it, investigating together. I haven't been to the school's office yet. About a clue to escape, you haven't found anything else, have you? Yuki? There was nothing on the 2nd and 3rd floors, where there were so many classrooms. Even most of the classrooms are locked here. I mean, at this point, what does he expect? He's on the 4th floor. Does he expect to, like, even if he could open a window, you jump out of the 4th floor, you're gonna die. It's like, I don't know, finding ways to escape on the higher floors doesn't seem like the best thing, the smartest thing. I always kind of thought that in all the Danganronpa games, that like, and then when the 5th floor opens up, like, it's like, you're not gonna find ways to escape up on the top floors. You're not. That's what I think. It's obvious that there isn't any hope, right? Yuki needs to stop with there's no hope in this world. He needs to stop. Yuki, why are you saying that? Yuki, you heard this before. It'll be difficult, but let's try harder. We might find something. That's what they said. I was just saying my thoughts. Of course we have to work harder. Yuki, are you sure you feel okay? Wouldn't it be better to rest in your room? Maybe. He's being a bit weird. Today, Yuki, you've been so strange. As Akane said, she was looking at me dreadfully. That should be your wake-up call. When Akane's looking at you like that, you should be like, maybe I should take a long look in the mirror. Am I weird? Rather, this situation where all hope is not seen is it not strange? It's not like that. I'm going to continue investigating. Look how she's looking at you, Yuki, and reevaluate your life. Ugh. That one's locked. This classroom's open. What does it say up here? It's something weird written up there. 어떻게 됐어? Still the same. Speakers. It's a locker. Are we opening it? Nothing's in there. Let's open this one. Nothing? Okay. Can I check the garbage can? Nothing. Alright, let's talk to Satsuki. Satsuki, stop walking away. Iron blade, iron blade, iron blade, iron blade. Oh my god, all the windows have been stuck with iron plates. That's right. You better throw away the idea that you'll find an open window. Yeah, seriously, why is she so shocked? Oh, this is Makaru. She's here. Ah, Makaru. You came to investigate too. Useless. Talk to me for a second. Eh? Me? Makaru is calling me for the first time. Will the sun rise from the west tomorrow? Normally she would just ignore me or tell me to leave her alone. Let's hear your opinion for a minute, then. It doesn't matter. Also, why all of a sudden are you asking for my opinion? What kind of change is this? You normally tell me to leave you alone. Fine, leave then. No, I didn't mean it like that. I was just wondering what's going on. What's the issue? Of course, it was a process of elimination. I can't talk to the crazy cop, and the rest are just stupid. That means I don't look like a fool to you? And before you misunderstand something here, you are, of course, an idiot. Useless. If you were in Makaru, you wouldn't be able to say stuff like this to people's faces. Oh, well. You know, I'm gonna tell you that your image has gotten a little better lately. Is she telling him that he's handsome? She probably likes that he does like the trials and he's able to solve the trials. She probably likes that. She's probably into that. She's like, oh, he's kind of smart. Maybe he's not so useless after all. Especially after yesterday's class trial, though there was no meaningful praise from the psycho cop or mine. Huh? I'm not sure if I want to be praised. Why? Are you dissatisfied? No, of course I'm happy. Lie, you are literally the most Debbie Downer in this whole chapter. Just a little surprised is all. What kind of heinous villain do you see me as? Do you know my talent? I am a high school professor. I mean, it's what a teacher does. I'll admit, you did commendable work. Honestly, until this moment, I was considering her to be a heartless villain. I'll have to apologize for that in my heart. I never thought Makaru was a villain. Like, she's kind of mean, like Byakuya, but she's like, I don't think she's a villain. I wouldn't even say she's the antagonist. Like, you would think that she would be the antagonist, but I feel like it's more Kinjo at this point. He's more of the antagonist in the group. You know, like how it was Byakuya in the first game, it was Komaeda in the second game, and it was Kokichi in the third game. Like, you'd think that it would be her, but I don't really think it is. I think it's more Kinjo at this point. Don't be mistaken. If you compare this with scores, I only gave you a D. Where you only have received F. From my standards, that is. Yesterday, you were relatively okay. Honestly, the worst thing to say is that you believed in my testimony to the end, didn't you? I can't wait to see who's gonna be the world's best student in Makaru standards. What was the reason for calling me away? Are you seeking for opinions now? Usually you use your own judgment, right? True. You know me well now. Even so, I'm asking now because there is a hypothesis that it is so absurd that even I can't believe it. That's the reason I want to hear someone's opinion on this matter. Makaru suddenly became serious. It's a hypothesis that even Makaru can't believe. What in the world is it? You see, Useless, Once you listen to my words, you will understand what I mean. In the class trial yesterday, the last statement was made by Kinji Uehara. Remember? The children's lives were taken as a bargain, and he was forced to murder to save them. Yes, I recall. But the children of the church ended up... Indeed. Kinji Uehara was played by Monokuma's tricks. All the children had already been turned into corpses. If you look up to this point, you may think that the children were dead from the time they threatened Kinji Uehara. The priest said he even spoke with them himself. If that's the case, at least 2 weeks before we opened our eyes in the school, that is, when Kinji Uehara was threatened. Interesting. So I think she's saying that, like, the state of the bodies is so disturbing because they're children. I don't even want to think about it. But they were decomposed to the point that it must have been weeks ago that they were killed, right? That's why I'm thinking there's something weird with the time going on. It would make sense that the children were alive by that time, correct? Did you understand up to this point? What's wrong? If you didn't understand this much... Oh, no, I understand. Just that you really look like a professor. So, when you said, "Do you understand?" it felt like a competent teacher. Skepticism. You know, I just won't tell you. I didn't expect her to say that. Just go away. Sorry, I was wrong, so please let me keep listening. I'm curious. This is why I don't like talking to you. Someone that keeps changing the subject like you. I hate that the most. Anyways, the kids would have been alive until about 2 weeks ago. That seems correct because Uehara seemed to recognize them. But there's an issue here. You must have seen it, right? The video had white bones in the children's bodies. Yeah, it was horrible, so I immediately turned away, but it's definitely strange. They were alive by the time Kinji Uehara was threatened. Humans who existed for only 2 weeks or so, they reveal as bones, and the bodies were already way corrupted to even think it was recent. Huh? Considering that your stupid head doesn't understand, it'll take a considerable amount of time to make a body decay, and then only the bones remain. Exactly, it would take months, right? No, weeks? Months? I don't actually know. I don't care to know about that. Of course, there would be exceptions depending on the weather, climate, topography, and microbial conditions, but I can affirm this. It doesn't make sense for a body to decay in 2 weeks and turn into a skeleton. It doesn't. Then it's a contradiction? It means more time has passed. I don't know, something's weird. Uehara wouldn't have lied about this. There's also the chance that the tape was recorded with various audio files in advance to play them according to the situation, but I can't figure out what the priest said. So this is just speculation on my end. To be more certain, even if we assumed the children died when we received the notice of admission to Hope's Peak Academy, it is impossible to be only bones. I understand. At least, it took a long time, but it was only a few weeks ago that we came to Hope's Peak Academy. Was it, though? That's just it. Was it? Because I don't think so. Was it a video of another body? No, Uehara directly recognized children, right? What the hell happened to those kids? Yes, I thought about that as well. And then, a ridiculous assumption came out. That's why I tried to get your opinion in this. What was the assumption? Maybe we may have spent a long time in this Hope's Peak Academy. I'm sorry, but I'm not sure I'm following. No, I understand where you're coming from, but I really have no idea. No, it's fine. Actually, I don't understand this myself either. Eh? Actually, there's one more reason for this assumption. A few days ago, when the third floor just opened, you said you found a picture in the art room. Ah, that picture. That picture was a group photo of our classmates who didn't even remember taking it. In that picture, we were smiling brightly enough to make this murder school life feel like a lie. If that picture is real, we may have spent a considerable amount of time already enrolled and we just don't remember. No way, aren't you thinking too much ahead? Just by looking at bones on corpses? That's not the only thing. I have one more. The paper in the library. I don't know if you saw, but it was written like this. Hope's Peak Academy. Oh, that's not Makaru. That's Yuki. Hope's Peak Academy will be shut down. You mean that one? That's right. Isn't it weird? Just a few weeks ago, we came to the entrance ceremony, and we didn't even hear that the school was going to be shut down. Even the entrance ceremony placard was hung on the school gate. This, too. If we can't remember the time we spent at the school, it must be because of it. No, wait. It can't be. Why can't we remember such an important thing in the first place? Not even one person, but all of us? There's a possibility. One. Monokuma, the mastermind, erased our memories. Wouldn't that make sense? It's very interesting that they're coming to this conclusion in Chapter 4, where they didn't come to this conclusion in Trigger Happy Havoc until the trial in Chapter 6. Interesting. All of us, our memories were removed by the mastermind? I know it's ridiculous. That's why I'm asking for your opinion. When you think about it like that, it seems to be connected somehow. I'm not sure yet, and I think it's excessive overthinking. That notice could be forged by Monokuma, and it's not impossible to create photos with technology these days. In the case of the body, it may have been manipulated to sped up the corruption. Which means it's far-fetched to the last bit. The probability that my hypothesis is really the truth is endlessly low. Not if you played the first game. Still, I feel a little reorganized after talking about it with someone else. Even for a useless, it may have helped you, right? Yes, I'll take that as a compliment. Withhold this ridiculous hypothesis. Apart from that, there's one more thing I wanted to ask. I think this is the longest time I've been talking to Makaru in the entirety time we've been in the school. Mikako Kurokawa, you got that exorcist woman. How is she normally? What kind of person is she? Kurokawa? Well, I don't think we've spoken that much or had much to talk about either. She just speaks less. There are a lot of times when she's just dazed. Nothing in particular to notice, I guess. Assuming that there is a mastermind among us, that woman is the most likely candidate. What? Not my girl. What? Kurokawa is the mastermind? Before that, do you really think there's a mastermind among our group? I think it's very likely. That's because it mixes within us and makes the board move as they like. But the mastermind appears in front of us through Monokuma, right? Even if it's a doll or a machine that can be controlled, Monokuma always appears, even when we're gathered. That's enough. It can be manipulated so that it can't be detected, or it can be an AI. But that's not what's important. But that Mikako Kurokawa may have some kind of relationship with the mastermind. I was kind of thinking that too, only when she reacted the way she did upon seeing that the cell in the basement was empty. Why would Kurokawa... When Monokuma stopped yesterday, there's not one, but two suspicious things. I don't think it's like the hypothesis I mentioned earlier. This is a firm doubt. But I can't be very helpful with information. Maybe you can, useless. Now it's over. I've been talking for too long with you. It's making me feel dizzy. You gave me very confusing information and now it's done. I don't think I can sleep now because of the things you told me, Makaru. Think hard. Alone. Now my business is over with you. Can we do this again in 10 billion years? That's too long! The universe will start again by that point. More than that, the investigation on the 4th floor, Makaru. We are done. Don't talk to me. Our business is over. I'll call you again next time we have a case. This is why I can't tell if we're having a discussion or a one-time deal. Still, the stories Makaru told me in detail, those things I'll need to think about later. Alright, what's up here? What is this? Headmaster's office. This is another locked room. I can't get in. School director's office. This looks like an important place. Kinjo's over there. I'll look in the locker. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, what? Something's in here. I got a coin! I'm gonna look in here. Nothing. In here, nothing. What's in here? This place is locked and cannot be entered. What is it? The ballroom? Weird. So is it like the music room? Information processing room? It's locked. I can't even get into there. Where can I go in? 4-1. I can go in here. There's nothing in here. Alright, let's go talk to Kinjo. Who's blocking that other room? Why are there trees in here? Oh, I found another coin. Monokuma medal. Oh, Kinjo, you're investigating here. Kinjo? What's going on? Somehow, it looks like you don't seem to be in a good mood today. That mood is the same as you feel, isn't it, Maeda? Yeah. Kinjo's right. Since the class trial ended yesterday, my mood has been running at its worst. With no hope, such a horrible feeling. Well, there's nothing we can do. It happened yesterday. Who would be in a mood for this? I think the reasons why we're not feeling good between me and Kinjo are different. At least, you didn't mind Uehara being executed in despair after being tricked by Monokuma, right? Ha! Now I'm a completely known character, am I? Kinjo? Yeah, it's just as you said. For no matter the reason, there's no room for sympathy for a killer. At the end of the day, it must be this way. Are you sure about that, Kinjo? Maybe calm down a little bit. Hey, Maeda? Well, why does he have that look? He looks kind of cute. What the heck? No, I don't want to feel bad for you. I do a little bit. Look at his cute face. Am I wrong? Huh? Since before I came to the school, I lived with the belief that my thoughts were moving towards a future. I made many unfair and painful choices in order to protect everyone. However, was I wrong? Oh, no. You might have been a little bit wrong. I think your sense of justice is a little bit skewed. But like, he's coming to the realization now. He's, you know, definitely interesting what's going on right here. According to Kenji Uehara, he was doing the same as me. Why are you suddenly Kinjo? I was surprised for a moment by the sudden change in Kinjo's mind, but sooner or later the reason I could understand why Kinjo wasn't feeling well. Why? Oh. Strange, Kinjo. My logic shouldn't be any different from yours at all. But you're heated up. Discard prime numbers for the majority. Isn't that what you said? I sacrificed 15 of our lives here and prioritized the lives of nearly 100 children in the church. Of course, that doesn't mean it's acceptable to commit a murder. But Kinjo, you too exposed Makaru, Tomori, and me to danger when you were saying the same thing as well. Wouldn't it be necessary to reconsider your thoughts at least once, Kinjo? I've been trying to change things, turn them around, even childish things, but in the end, 7 people have already left this world. I couldn't protect anyone. Eventually, it also means I did nothing to prevent it. I became a murderer too. Kinjo, why am I talking about this to you, who might become a criminal? Unexpectedly, I thought I should say something to Kinjo, who showed weakness for the first time, but my mouth didn't move. I tried to say something. What should I say? You don't have to feel responsible alone. Let's all work hard together. It's not too late anymore, so let's stop downing each other and investigate together. The words were already organized in my head, but my mouth would not obey. Everyone worked hard together. So what's the issue? There's already no hope. So how do we even work together? What's going on with Yuki? Why is he like this right now? What's going on? With such despairing thoughts ahead, wandering Kinjo in front of me, in the end I couldn't say anything, and I just lowered my head. Fine, let's forget about this. I'll just solidify my own convictions like always. Maeda, you're not sure either, are you? Everyone doesn't know when a murder will happen. There's no exception for it. If you want to be hostile with the others like me, do it. I'll probably be hostile. I'm not sure how to treat you yet. It's better that you draw a line. I like that instead. Where's he going? I should have said something. The hell is wrong with me? Seriously, what is wrong with you, Yuki? What is this room? School office? Oh. Nothing in there. Oh. I want to look at this first. Huh? Is there something here? On a desk in the teacher's office, I found a picture stuck in a file. When I opened it to see what the picture was... Oh! That's the guy... We saw his Hope's Peak profile in one of the lockers on... Was it the second floor? In chapter 2? Did we find his? He looks a lot like Kinjo. Is that a coincidence or is that on purpose? Like, he looks like he could be Kinjo's brother. Purple-eyed Kinjo over there. He looks like a sea captain or something. Huh? Who? What was in the picture was a white-dressed, tall, handsome man. But I couldn't even guess who he was. I think I've seen him before, but who is it? It's the guy from the thing you found before, Yuki. Kinjo, wait a minute. Come here for a second. What? Did you find something? This... Do you know who he is? Sky. Where did you find this? It was just sandwiched between files here. There was a picture of someone, but who is it? I don't know who he is, but there's someone who looks alike. Looks alike? You and I were in the science lab together, right? Hope's Peak Academy 58th graduation album. Ah! Somehow, I felt I saw him somewhere, but after listening to Kinjo's words, I knew it for sure. A few days ago, when the third floor was open, the owner of the graduation album I found in the science lab, Kisaragi Hanzo, and the man in the picture, had very similar appearances. Kisaragi Hanzo, is that him? No, although they look similar, they are different. In the first place, Kisaragi Hanzo, he would already be an uncle by now. Isn't this a picture when he was young? Again, that's not likely to be the case. The picture is too clean for it to be from a few decades ago. In this case, what you can think of is, I would believe it's a blood relative. Oh, definitely. Or is it just the same guy and I don't know, something weird's going on? I don't know. Excuse me, I'm sleepy. Again, another thing related to Kisaragi Hanzo was discovered. There's something I find odd about him too. But as of now, I don't know what this means. But why? The person in the picture, it doesn't look like the first person I saw. Kinjo? It's nothing. Well done though, Maeda. Does he know something? You seem to be talented in discovering things too, don't you? Well, anyways, I'll have to show this to the others and ask for opinions. Maeda, wait. Yeah? Why? Please be quiet to the others about that picture. And this picture, can I have it? I found some information that may have something, but you're telling me to just stay still? I'm sorry, but please do that. No one else must know about this, especially Makako Kurokawa. Everyone suspects my girl Makako now? What's going on? Kurokawa again? You suspect her too, Kinjo? A few days ago, when she told us to report the investigation of the third floor, that was when you mentioned the name Kisaragi Hanzo. That woman clearly reacted to it. It's Kisaragi Hanzo who may be holding the key to the current situation, however. Is this the 16th student? I can't help but think that he might be the 16th student. Maybe he's locked up somewhere. He's the one locked up in the cage in the basement, or well, he's moved now, but that's him. It could be. I don't know. I have no idea. Don't you find it suspicious that only she reacted? I apologize, but please cooperate. I hope we can all escape together, but I don't want to be with someone who may have something to do with the mastermind. So can we just tell Akane? I trust Akane the most out of everybody here. I'll keep the picture. Okay. Eventually, because of Kinjo's momentum, I couldn't refute anything, and even gave him the picture. Makaru and everyone are suspicious of Kurokawa now. How should I act? It is weird. I mean, I notice her reactions to things too, so I don't want to suspect her of being the mastermind. I think she knows stuff that we don't know. That's just what I think. I don't think she's the mastermind. Could be wrong, but I think she knows stuff that we don't know. What is it, Maeda? Just to make sure, did you forget what I said? No, that's secondary. What I'm gonna do is investigate. Kinjo, tell me if you find anything while rummaging through the desks. Yeah. If it's an investigation, I'll understand. Anyway, if we can get out of this horrible place, our trust can be restored once again. So, have you found anything yet? You've been staring at the wall for a while now. It's something odd. Odd? Like? So weird. Maybe this is... What? What's weird? It's just a normal school office. Actually, when the second floor was opened a few days ago, didn't you say the same thing in the library? Also in that library, what was weird about it? I'd rather tell you to look into it, but I'll let you know because there's no reason to hide it. Look at all the papers here. As Kinjo said that, he began to search through the files and papers on the desk that a teacher seemed to be using. There were A4 paper-sized documents and a few thick books on the desk. Look at what's in there. How to establish the theory of smartphone electrical recognition. Electromagnetic railgun operation verification patient certificate. 21 considerations on elementary particles. Introduction to Advanced Physics, Opinion Report on Human AI, Problems based on Magnetic Field and Thermal Recognition System. It felt strange. Why? All of the books here that are here bloom of strange, suspicious things in some parts. Now do you realize what's weird? Does the school have books like these? It's like this is more like a lab than a school. That's right. I don't know if there's just one or two places, in the library as well as the school office. All of the books are like this. The library has these too? Maeda, do you hate reading? If you've read the books in the library, you would know this. I'm a read, you can read those books. If that's the case, what in the world happened? I don't know. Why did Hope's Peak Academy dispose of all the general books? Or, this is not an actual school? Ooh! Interesting. What if they're in an experiment? That's interesting. No way. This is Hope's Peak Academy, which proved to be by a brochure brought by Makaru on the first date, didn't it? That's true. However, there wouldn't be a question like this for no reason. There must be something else. This is what I've investigated so far. I'm going to do a little more research on the 4th floor. Although, the only open place is the school office. I understand. Kinjo, is it okay to share these facts with the others? No, don't let them know. Okay. I was confused because I didn't know what to do with this information. Kinjo immediately refused at that moment. No matter how pressured Kinjo is, he wouldn't be reluctant to convey information through me. It's because some of you are being suspicious. Mikako Kurokawa, this woman is a main suspect. I really hope you don't leak information to this woman as much as possible. I mean, she's my best girl, so I'm just, no. Like, I want to tell Akane. I feel like we could trust Akane. But I don't know. Why? What did Kurokawa do? What did she do? She did too much. Anyway, just know that. Kinjo, we're done, right? And I feel like I want to investigate for myself now. Please don't talk to me anymore. I have something to think about. As Kinjo said that, he silently began to investigate alone. Somehow, after Ueharu's class trial, I feel like things have started to change. So does Kinjo, and so do I. I seem to have looked around all the newly opened places. I decided to return to the dormitory. Ooh. What's Kobushikawa doing here? Kobushikawa? What are you doing?
Yuki, you gave me a scare.
You said you would sleep more today. Are you okay now?
Yeah, great, about that. Tori also woke up. I'm trying to eat breakfast right now.
Is that right? While you guys were sleeping, we've been looking into the newly opened 4th floor. After you're done, you should also join in the investigation.
4th floor. Okay, let's go in.
Okay, we're eating again? Didn't we just eat? Shortly after we entered the dining hall, Akane and Iranami returned from the investigation. Now then, let's talk about what we discovered on the 4th floor. Since there's neither Kinjo nor Kurokawa, who were originally the roles that conducted the gatherings, I unintentionally took over. Something feels very awkward. Yeah, this whole chapter is feeling awkward so far, to be honest. Akane's glaring at Yuki. Yuki, you need to reevaluate your life. Look how she's looking at you. Tyra's staring at me with an angry look.
Sorry about that. Originally, we should have investigated together. Oh, right. We didn't have much to investigate together anyways. Is that so?
Yeah, the 4th floor is quite large, and there were many classrooms, but there were the normal classrooms, the teacher's office, information processing room. There's also an office of the academy's director and a ballroom. One thing to note is that among them, except the general classrooms and the school's office, everything else was locked.
What? Did you find something in the normal classrooms or the school office? Nope, nothing at all. No, well, to begin, Satsuki and I checked the windows as always, but it was the same. The iron plates didn't even budge. The classroom's harvest is 0 as usual. How's the school's office? Well, I don't know about the school's office. I couldn't get in properly because Kinjo was investigating inside. Yeah, that's why me and Akane just searched for anything in the hallway. Of course, I couldn't find anything in the hallway either. There's no need to additionally confirm it with such enthusiasm. So, the school's office seemed to have been carefully investigated by Yuki. So, why don't you tell us if you found something, Yuki? Oh, she knows. She knows. She knows. Look, I don't like Akane being mad at us. I don't like it. I want to just go in there, smack Yuki, be like, stop, get your act together. Look at what you're doing to this girl. She's too good for you. Huh? What is it? You two have a strange behavior going on. Did you fight? No, that's not the case. So, maid, what was it like? The school's office? About the school's office. I tried to open my mouth, but soon I paused. If you found it, then you would already know. It's that big of a deal, but during the conversation with Kinjo, the book's weirdness and suspicion of the school's facilities, and crucially, a picture of someone who resembles Hanzo Kisaragi. Yuki? But I was told by Kinjo not to tell my other friends about these things. Well, to be exact, I was told not to tell Kurokawa, but Kurokawa's in here. Should I tell them? Yeah, I think you should. I get to choose? What is this? Life is strange? Why am I choosing? Okay. I feel like we should say something. Like, I don't want everyone to be so mad at me, but then Kinjo's gonna be mad at me, and he's a little bit scary. Why am I choosing? Why is this a choice? Why do I have to choose? Is this gonna give me like a bad end if I choose the wrong thing? Can I save? Is there any way to save? No, I can't even save. And be like, if I want to change my mind, I could just change my mind. Oh, what should I do? Do I tell them? Or do I say nothing? I mean, they already know about this. I don't think Kurokawa is the mastermind. I think she knows things, but I don't think that she is the one controlling this whole thing. I really don't. And I think that the picture of that guy that we found is probably the 16th student. I could be wrong. Oh, what do? I'm scared. I don't want to make a choice. I don't, and then again, I don't want Akane to be mad at me. I think we should tell them. I think we should. I don't know. What should I do? Help me. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna. If I'm trying to hide what I've investigated, talking about it, wouldn't it be better? I thought, but contrary to my thoughts, my mouth only closed tighter. Why? Oh, so I made a choice, but he doesn't say it anyway? Strangely, I caught in my mind, saying that there may be a mastermind among us, various hypotheses. It's not easy. It's unlikely to be possible to say this. What should I do? What? So I have to choose don't say anything? I'm gonna choose tell them one more time to see if it brings me back here. If it does, then the game just wants me to say don't say anything. Alright, it's the same thing. It's the same text as before, so I have no choice, pretty much. It's one of those where it's like, oh, it's like in Trigger Happy Havoc, where I so badly wanted to tell
Kirigiri that about everything that happened, that Sakura was the spy. I wanted to tell her so bad. The game wouldn't let me, and then she was mad at me for a whole chapter because the game wouldn't let me. I wanted to tell her, it wouldn't let me. This is doing it again. In the end, it's not a clue to escape. If I told something like this, it'll only create confusion. I secretly comforted myself and decided to shut my thoughts. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't find anything special either. Stop lying. Why would you give me a choice and then not let me choose, game? So does that mean the investigation on the fourth floor shows no results? Why do I keep saying first instead of fourth? What's going on with me? I can read. Lies. Oh no. Oh, she's mad at me. She's mad at me. No, Akane, don't be mad at me. I wanted to tell you. The game wouldn't let me. Huh? You didn't really find anything? You talked so much with Kinjo, didn't you? You saw? Maeda, what's she talking about? What did you say? Talk to Kinjo about? It's not just that. You spoke with Makaru a long time in the hallway too, right? Something made you very surprised. Why aren't you talking about that? That's... Yuki, what's wrong with you? Don't you want to get out of here? Of course, I want to get out of here. I don't want to be in this terrible place ever again. I know, but I can't even see it as a clue to escape from here, so how can we get out if I told them this? Hey, why are you so aggressive? Calm down and let's get along as usual. It's not just about Maeda. Haru, Teruya, the same goes for both of you. You broke our promise to have breakfast together, and you slept more at your own will. No, I was suddenly just more sleepy, that's all. Oh... Yeah, I know that yesterday's nightmare is the impact of a hopeless class trial. But if you just sit down, you won't be able to get out of the school for the rest of your life. I want to investigate hard, but I'm just trash because my talent is not helpful. I'm not that smart or strong, but you guys are different. You guys can achieve more, where I can't, right? So even if you can't see any hope, why don't you work hard enough to overcome it? Akane, my girl. You're not trash. I love you, okay? Just want to put that out there. That doesn't work. How do you even do that? Yuki? What are you saying? No matter what we do, Monokuma always blocks everything. Even the single thread of hope that we barely discovered did not leave Monokuma alone. That guy really intends to keep us here forever. Do you think you can seriously run away from such a ridiculous being? Huh? What's going on in Yuki's head right now? What's happening? Even murder. The only one who can get out according to the rules, and yet look at Uehara's case. There was a twisted trap like that. How do you overcome despair? Why am I saying this? I wasn't trying to say all of this. Yuki, why? Why are you saying... What are you... Indeed, because the despair is so big. Will you get out of here? It's better if we do it together. I am so desperate right now. What does it mean to try hard? It's useless if you try hard. It's stupid to live here all my life. There are places for us to go back to, people waiting to see us, right? I would rather live here for a lifetime. It might not be bad. I can forget about a place to go back to. What's he talking about? His mind is saying one thing and his mouth is saying another. What's going on with Yuki? Something's wrong with him. I don't know what it is, but something is wrong. The people waiting outside. Yuki? Everyone's like, what the heck? She gonna smack him? You! Smack him. Smack him. Please do. I give you full permission, Akane. Akane, you're best girl. Next to Makako, of course. At that moment, Tyra raised her hand, so I thought she was gonna slap me, but the pain that I expected did not come. When I opened my eyes, Akane was trembling with her hand that was trying to hit me, stopped in midair. I don't blame her. Someone needs to smack him. He's acting weird. Only from Yuki. I didn't want to hear that from you. Even if everyone despairs, I thought Yuki wouldn't give up hope. Now I don't know who you are anymore. Oh. I mean, she's not wrong, is she? This is awkward. No one could say anything else. I couldn't afford to care about the others. The only thing that hanged over my mind was Akane's yelling, her disappointment in me. I was trash. Me talking weird was enough to piss Akane off. Even when we get to this point, I regret what I said, and I couldn't say it was proof that I was just garbage. Hey, Maeda, don't be too discouraged. I think the same as you do. Yeah, the same goes for me. I've been desperate since yesterday, so I know that feeling that I want to give up on all now. Stupid boys. What? You guys are all stupid. You're the fools of the entire world. They really are stupid, aren't they? Yuki, just know this. Hope isn't about finding it. It's about creating it. I agree. In the end, ambiguously, our relationship was further cracked, and the worst investigation report ended. I didn't even know if I had a mind or not anymore, and I had no choice but to spend my time blankly. Good, you don't deserve to hang out with anyone. Morning, afternoon, I guess it's evening. Hello, this is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. The restaurant will be closed and locked. Well then, have good dreams and good night. Hello everyone, it's 7 a.m. Wake up time. Let's have a lively day today too. It's gonna go back to evening, isn't it? Or no? I thought he'd just lie in bed, kind of like how in Twilight, that she's just sitting in a chair for months. Morning. It's morning? So in the end, yesterday, I was lying down doing nothing all day. Strangely, my body had no power at all. Doing nothing and doing what I have to do once again, I looked back. Hope isn't to be looked for, it's to be created. Did I have the ability to create hope this whole time? For that, I should go and have breakfast. If I keep doing that, I think I'll become a really worthless person. Alright, I'm going to end this part here. We're going to continue in the next part, but I hope you enjoyed this part. This chapter's crazy. I'm so upset about Akane. I'm like, please. I wish she would have slapped him, but like I know she wouldn't because she believes in him so wholeheartedly, and she just always looked at him as a beacon, I want to say. And now he's acting like this. She must be so heartbroken, and it just breaks my heart. I'm like, I want to make it up to her. But like, I feel like if we went as Yuki to talk to her, she'd be like, get away from me. I wouldn't blame her, honestly. But yeah, I'm gonna save here. We're gonna wrap it up. This is crazy. I'm scared to keep going, but you know, you gotta, right? So yeah, I guess we're gonna see. We'll probably get a motive next time, see what happens then. But yeah, until next time, bye bye.